Hello everyone, the Pokemon fan 1993 here, back with more Pokemon Showdown OU battles. I went with my team that I made, probably the first team I made ever on this. I was going to do Mono Water, but I was not having very good luck with that. I did like 6 matches and I kept losing. I don't know if it's because the way I set up my Pokemon up just suck, or if I didn't, probably because I didn't use any references. Anyway, these two battles I recorded a couple hours earlier, so I'm vaguely trying to remember what actually happens in them. But other than that, let's get this started. Find the damn play button. Okay, so he starts no, okay, I start with Porygon 2. Special attack raised for the download. Switches that to, I go for the Ice Beam, so it didn't matter. Never know what he had. Switch to Guzzlord. I'm like, okay, so I go for Toxic. Goes for knockoff me, but alright. So I'm like, okay. So I don't know if he didn't know I knew Ice Beam or think he could just Drain Punch me to death, because that's what he tried to do. But unfortunately for him, I have Recover, so I kind of cheese this a little bit. I kind of just spam Recover until the Toxic killed him. Which took a bit longer than it normally does because he kept absorbing HP off me. Drain Punch again. Whoops. Didn't screw anything up. So at one point he decides to go for Dragon Claw. And finally I go for my last Recover. He goes for a final Drain Punch, which does a decent amount of damage, but not enough to make him survive that attack. Switch to Regigeek him, alright, so I figured he was going to go for something like that, so I go for Toxic. But it missed, so I was like, alright, so I guess he got me. Volt Switch. Switch to Nidoking, I throw out Sharpedo because I knew he switched to Nidoking. He goes to Tech Spike, alright, so I go for Waterfall. Super effective Sash. Speed Boost. Waterfall again. Down, Speed Boost. Regigeek. Protect. Speed Boost. Hebufini. Misty Surge. Waterfall, not too much damage. To this point, I was like, alright, so he spams Calm Mind constantly, and I just use combination Protect. I used Protect once, and I just started spamming Crunch on it. I don't know if it was, like, he could have not, because Sharpedo has a focus stack, I know he didn't know that, but, I mean, he could have knocked me out in one shot. A couple shots to Moonblast would have known, other than let me get a bunch of free hits on him. So you're just going to see him use Calm Mind. I'm going to spam Crunch. I was trying to get his defense lore, but I think in the with Mrs. Rain, I don't think their defense can be lower. So it goes for Moonblast finally. 1 HP. My speed can't go any higher. Protect. Now he's trying to get some of his HP back using leftovers. I understand why people use Tapu Fini, but I've never gone against a Tapu Fini and not been able to kill it. So I don't know what that says about anything else, but there's the final crunch there. I think now he goes for Moonblast. Now he goes for another Calm Mind. I understand what he was trying to do here anyway. I mean, Crunch is doing a decent amount of damage, more than his HP leftovers were restoring. So finally knocks me out with Moonblast, alright. I'm like, alright, I'm still good. So now I switch to Electivire. I was like, alright, so he's probably going to switch to something else. Instead of going for Protect, I go for Earthquake, because I thought he'd switch to one of his other Pokemon. Electivire has the Choice Band, which means he goes faster. He's like 400 speed. Heatran. I use Earthquake, that knocks Heatran out. And he decides to go for Thunder Cage, which Electivire has Motor Drive, so it just raises speed instead of doing damage for Geeky. Gets knocked out, and that's the end of it. I said TY because he friggin' raises speed to a good game and he left. Okay, so let's switch over to battle number 2. Let's get rid of that one. So this one was interesting because, well, I'll show you. Like, you'll see in the chat too. Like, I mentioned how high my Pokemon's special attack goes at one point. Okay, so I start off. I go for Ice Beams. Like, okay, go for Toxic. All right. So if he's gonna go for Toxic, I might go for Toxic as well. Now, this would have been a drawn-out battle right here. I would have won because he failed to even do a decent amount of damage at all. Since we were poisoned at about the same time, he's going to lose all his HP before I lose all of mine. Plus, I kept using Ice Beam. Flip turn that makes him switch to Corviknight. I was alright, so I figured immediately that was going to be a problem. So I swap out Electivire. I was like, alright, so I'll go for Wild Charge. I should be able to outspeed him. Body Press. He goes for something here. I forget what he goes for. U-turn. He swaps to Dragonite. I was like, alright, so I'll go. He goes for Extreme Speed. Alright, I was like, alright, I'm still fine. I switched back to Nidoking, and this one kind of threw me off. It might be, I think it's because of sheer force, actually, but I mean, let's go through his multi-scale. Switch to Swampert again. I go for Earth Power, and he goes for Earthquake. I think he knocks me out. Yep. Nidoking's gone. Once I send out Moltres, this is where things get interesting. So I go for Taunt, because I know he's going to go for Toxic. Then I go for Fiery Wrath, I believe. Yep. Clefable, I was like, alright, so what do I do here? So I figured I'd go for a Taunt, because he didn't go for Calm Mind or something like that, and he did. Nasty Plot raised my double hazard, so take those for Moonblast. Now let me explain what actually happens here. First, Weakness Policy activates. It raises my attack, raise attack and special attack. Up to the point where I was, so I'm at 3 times special attack. Then I get Berserk that raised my special attack even higher, so now I am at 3.5 times special attack. Now, I'll mention the comments here. If you watch the comments at some point, I go Fiery Wrath. And I just basically just sweep into the rest of his team with this Pokemon. My special attack is 1,148. That is not a joke. That is legitimately how strong he was. Alright, I figured this is going to be a problem, so I go for Fiery Wrath. I was like, I know it's not going to happen. Stone Edge, I was like, so Moltres definitely put in work. I was like, alright, so I say GG, I switch to Swampert, close combat. That's it. I just can't believe, I don't think I've ever seen a Pokemon, at least one of mine, that Pokemon go over a 1,000 mark, but that was pretty cool. So that's going to be it for this video. If you want to see more, subscribe. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. This is the Pokemon Fan 1993 signing off. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care.